Hello and welcome to 502 Sessions. I'm Brian Kirby. My guest today is Orlando Retana and the Orlando Retana Project. Originally from San Jose, Costa Rica, Orlando now lives in Boston. The Orlando Retana Project experiments with many different styles of music to create a unique fusion sound. The musicians come together from all over the world, bringing together different colors and tastes to the music. The project originally formed with the intent of the musicians' enjoyment and musical growth, and also as a way to bring a new sound to the audience. Orlando has performed with many artists across the United States, including Susana Baca, Alejandro Sanz, Javier Limon, and Oscar Stagnaro, to name a few. Orlando Retana. 502 Sessions, I'm here with Orlando Retana, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Good. Retana and the Orlando Retana Project?
Project, yeah.
So how did this project come about?
So, well, I graduated from Berkeley College of Music last year, and then when I started, I wanted to start composing my own music and my own melodies and harmonies. And as a drummer, it's really hard and it's not common to do it, but I, just took a little effort to study that. I went to school for CWP, which is Contemporary Writing and Production.
It is. Okay.
And yeah, and then I've been doing my music on my own, and I have some stuff out, and I'm probably continue doing my album and all. But that's how I start playing my music in this project.
You wrote all the way through school then for contemporary writing production, right? You had to write?
Yeah, I had to, like,
for many
different occasions, like small bands, big bands, orchestra, like. So it's a challenge. It's a big challenge, especially as a drummer, that you don't have an instrument that is melodic or.
Do they require you to take is it xylophone? You have to take a xylophone or something. As mallet, you have to take a mallet instrument, don't you?
Yeah, but
that's not enough.
That's not enough. Yeah. So, yeah, but it's a great opportunity to be able to write my music and share it to everybody and being in here with you.
Do you write? When you were writing in school, have you developed any of those melodies for the project, or those were all assignments?
No, I developed all of those. The assignments are separate, like those are...
That's what I meant. In school, they were assignments?
Yeah, however, there's a song that I'm gonna play in a little bit. It's called Explosion.
Explosion?
And that was part of a big band arrangement that they would find horns and everything, but I now I'm doing it with this setup, which is the guitar, bass, and percussion myself.
And you're in Boston now?
I'm in Boston right now.
So what is CW, Contemporary Writing and Production? What is that? What are you doing? Can you teach? You can perform, you can write, you can do it.
Yeah, well, as now I perform mostly with different projects in my own, and I try to produce and compose for the other artists and different people, and that's what I do. And
so you're a side man. You'll go play drums with somebody, right?
Yeah.
You have your own project.
And I have my own project.
And you write. If somebody comes to you and says, I want you to, maybe it's a pop tune and they want some Latin percussion behind it, you can work that out?
Yeah.
Because I heard you rehearsal going over some of the rhythms with the percussion.
Yes.
Daniel,
Feldman.
And what's the thing? What's the drum is?
Well, yeah, he could explain it better, but he has a cajon.
Yeah, that I know.
He's playing with a darbuka.
Oh, okay. What is that?
Darbuka.
Oh, okay.
Which is a Middle Eastern instrument.
It is Middle Eastern?
Yeah.
Because you're from Costa Rica, right?
I'm from Costa Rica, but I love to explore different kind of stuff, and I told him to bring the darbuka and play with that.
And so the rhythms that you guys were talking about, must have been some subtle differences, because I didn't catch it when you were playing something and you was like, no, do something else. So the very subtle differences in the rhythms, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like, I think it's by taste. Different people, like, and different artists and producers have different vision to a song or to, like, a composition. So they prefer to add different colors and those are pretty much colors and types of different rhythms or melodies that probably a producer could use for their own, or if they don't want to listen to a specific rhythm that the percussion is doing or any other instrument is doing, then I have to, like, pretty much talk to them and say, this is what I have in mind and this is what I wanted.
So you'll sit down and play, and then if it's not working, you'll kind of dictate or lead it in a certain way? Yeah.
But I mean, if there's something different that I like it in the spot, so I might as well just do it,
Yeah.
That's how music works in a way for me.
And once the rhythm is established, are you free to play with it a bit? So
exactly.
Like, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
So there's an underlying current of the rhythm, but then you move around it.
Yeah, I mean, as a drummer, I always like to, play with, different syncopations or different types of rhythms into the drums. And to be able to do that, I have to have a solid rhythm section where all the rhythms are on point to be able to experiment.
So the bass is part of the harmony, but the bass is now it's part of the rhythm then too.
True. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's hear some more music, and then I want to talk about your education and your experience around the world.
Sounds great.
All right, great.
Yeah,
Orlando,
all right.
Orlando Retana and the Orlando Retana Project are here on 502 Sessions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Let's bring the band
Appreciate
back.
it. Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes.
thank you.
All right.
502 Sessions, I'm back with Orlando Retana of the Orlando Retana Project. And we have spoken about some of the music, but now let's get a little bit more into it. First of all, let's back up a little bit. So you're originally from San Jose, Costa Rica?
Yes, that's correct.
And when did you came to Berkeley?
So when I was 15, my parents decided to move to Calgary, Canada.
Okay.
I lived there for 4 years and a half. I did my high school there, and in 2011, I decided to,
Wait. Let's back up, though. You're from Costa Rica,
yes.
a nice temperate climate, right?
Yes.
And you moved from San Jose, Costa Rica to Calgary, Canada at 15. Wow.
Yes, that was insane. That was a difference. I didn't know any English.
Had you seen snow?
I
in the
didn't
mountains?
see snow at all. So that was the first time that I actually get to see the snow. I remember the first day that I got to Toronto, Canada, it was 35 degrees Celsius in Costa Rica, and I got there and it was -14, -15. So it's a big change, but it helped me a lot, like musically and everything. I got to, get to know a lot of like genres that I didn't grow up in Costa Rica before.
So wait, let's slow down though. So in Costa Rica, the musical opportunities were you drumming already?
I was drumming, yeah. I started drumming when I was 5.
And
in church, I grew up in church. Then I started playing in different projects and different events around Costa Rica and
you had
did Latin music.
In school you had music? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry?
In school you had music?
Yeah, in the school, at some sense, I was working with different projects, but also outside of school, like I got to meet a lot of great musicians down there when I was really young, and I got to play in different events in Costa Rica and around, different provinces.
And then at 15, your parents say we're off to Calgary.
Yes, and that's
Was
when
that for
I started.
a job or for school for you?
My
or?
dad found an opportunity to go there and work, and I have a little brother, so we decided to all move there. He moved there 10 months, and then after those 10 months, we all, like the whole family, went to Calgary.
And then you started school.
Yes, I started high school.
High school.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's the music, what's the difference in the education then?
It was really interesting because I wasn't really into jazz at all. I was a lot into funk and fusion. I used to listen to this band, Mexican band called Tovar Fuerte, and like the music is like Chick Corea Electric Band, and that's what I started, my career. But when I went to Calgary, I realized that, there was so much in the music that is not showed in Central America and Latin America. So I started to listen more into gospel music, R&B, fusion, but into country as well, jazz. So there's so many genres and even when I moved to Boston, I started to master those genres into my music or into my playing.
So in Costa Rica, what you're saying is you were just exposed to many different styles once you got to Canada?
Yeah.
So I guess in Canada, the United States, we're used to hearing music from all over the world, but you're saying in Costa Rica it was more just Central American music?
Yeah, I mean it was I'm saying that as a performance-wise, like you don't get to see a lot of groups playing, different styles and genres. I mean, you can find, music everywhere in the world. Like if you go to YouTube or Google,
okay, of course, yeah.
But yeah, like the playing and the education as well. Like it's not really well provided in Costa Rica when it comes to different styles.
So you went through high school in Canada.
Yes.
And you were exposed to many more styles of music.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you liked the jazz. And then, so how do you go from Calgary to Boston?
In 2011, I finished high school and started working. And then I realized that I wanted to do music for life, for living. And I got an opportunity to be able to audition in Berkeley, 2011. And I got accepted. I got a scholarship, and that's why I went to Berkeley to study for 4 years.
And then you just stayed. So you're here now.
Yeah, I'm here now. So yeah.
And your parents are still in Canada?
They're still in Canada. They're doing work and everything. My brother is in high school, so yeah. But it's cool. It's great. I like the difference between countries and everything, and it's great.
So you were in Canada with all different styles of music, and then you get to Berkeley, and it must have been another explosion.
It was a really big explosion. Like I had, I remember I was thinking myself, like when I got there, I saw so many drummers, so many talented musicians all over the world, and I was like, it's rather two things. So I gave up, or I play music and push myself into what's new, and into my my playing, my performance, what was my sound. So I didn't find that until I got to Berkeley, pretty much.
And did you find a lot of people left school? You're saying you had two choices, keep going or quit. So.
Or yeah, I mean, there's so many people, musicians, that they're just because of the industry or because of their playing or because they get intimidated. So there's a lot of options that people might quit music, but I mean, I decided to continue, and that's what I do now. Okay.
Let's talk about the music specifically. So flow and explosion.
Yes. So flow and explosions are explosion. It's
explosions.
Explosion.
Explosion. Okay.
Yeah, that song. I remember I was walking from my house to Berkeley, in my fourth semester, and then I was getting into odd meter.
Odd
jazz,
meter, yeah,
which is the all different time signatures in music, and then I was grooving in 11/8. I was walking and I was like, okay, I'm gonna
You were walking?
Yeah, I was walking, and I started thinking. I'm like, what will an 11/8 sound, you know, in a melody? Or so I started growing. I remember I was walking, and I was, you know, I started to sing, you know, that hook that the song has, like tun 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 tun, and then I was walking. I'm like, okay, I need to save this in my phone
Get it right down,
and get it
yeah.
right. And I went to the practice room and spent time on the melody and the harmony and yeah. So that song came a lot. It has different time signatures into the song. So there's a part in 6/8, there's a part in 5/8, and then yeah.
Golly, your band must hate you.
Yeah, it's a really tough song. Actually, it's on YouTube too. Like there's a video that I did in the studio and it's my second single actually, and it was really hard for them to get into it, but I mean we got it, and we you know, it's great and a pleasure to be here and play.
And Flow?
Flow, it's a song that I decided I went to the piano and I started doing some reharm, and then out of a sudden I didn't know what key was it or anything, but I started doing this progression, and then I started singing the melody, and then I had that feeling of R&B and that hip hop vibe, but at the same time I had that double time in my head, so I wanted to experiment that with the band and with the setup.
And you said you were doing a reharm on piano. Mm-hmm. So you're a drummer. What do they call it? Percussion major? If you play drum set?
Yeah, I'm a drummer. Yeah.
So your instrument is drums, yeah. And then what else did you have to? So you had to take piano because you're a writer. So you have to know harmony.
Yeah. So this is what happened. Like when I was in Canada, I started to play in a gospel church.
On drums?
Yeah, on drums first, and then 5 months later, the piano player left, and the music director was like, "Man, you have 5 months to learn piano."
Whoa!
So I was like, "Whoa!" At that time, I was part of the jazz program in my high school, so I was doing a lot of orchestration, and I was playing marimba and xylophone, and all that stuff. But and then I started playing piano and learn it, and you know, I was. 2 months, 3 months, you know, I don't consider myself as a piano player because I play piano, but I'm not a jazz piano, or like I'm not like there's people that play montunos in the piano and everything. So that's a really tough technique to have, and to me, as I used piano to be able to compose and arrange my music, and you know, to be able to, you know, write a paper and say, man, this is my music, please play it, you know.
Oh.
So, but at the same time, I love playing piano, and I love reharms and all that stuff. Okay. So sometimes I use that to relaxation and you know, to be relaxed and just play chords and figure things out, and by just playing, you know, it looks like, you know, it sounds kind of weird, but it looks like the piano is talking to you at the same time. You're like, okay, please write me, you know, please write this melody, because, you know.
And so, yeah. Now you've really pared it down because you're going to play a percussion only with Daniel, right?
Yes.
So this
Daniel.
Is OR Fusion. So we're going to percussion now.
Yes. So this piece, I decided to do it with Daniel because he's one of the percussionists that plays a lot of different styles and different types of percussion in the school, and he went to Berkeley as well, and he just graduated, and he's a great friend of mine, and he brought the darbuka, which is the Middle Eastern percussion, and we like to get a fusion of different time signatures, different vibes, different styles of music, like, you know, get to a little bit of Mediterranean and a little bit of Latin music, a little bit of funk, and just put together and like just
between the two of you
exactly.
do all that. Wow.
Between the two of us.
So. And I was remiss because you didn't introduce me to the band members, and of course you pared it down. Now they've gone off to eat the food while you're sitting here
exactly.
as musicians. So you had
Daniel Feldman, which is from Mexico, Ali Tovar, which is from Venezuela. He's the bass player.
Yep.
And the guitar player is Andres Echeverry.
Great.
And he's from Colombia. So we're all from different
Colombia, Costa Rica, Mexico
and Venezuela.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah,
All right, I look forward to it.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
502 Sessions. My guest today has been Orlando Retana and the Orlando Retana Project. Original Latin American, I guess world music as well. If you're a musician and you're in a band or a solo artist and you have a lot of original music, 502 Sessions is all about original music. So if you think you'd make a good feature episode, please contact me at 502sessions@gmail.com, and you can check out more shows at 502sessions.com.
Just remember, everything alive will die someday, and that's okay. It's the great equating factor in the world. Like some desiccated tractor, we all run out of gas. This life can't last, 'cause everything alive will die someday. I used to worry that my folks would someday die, 'cause that meant if they could, then that meant so could I. Too young to handle this morose philosophy. I'd rather get high my way, climbing up a tree, and staring at the huge small world I could survey. I wondered what it'd feel like on that final day, then calculated the heartbeats left in my lot, then realized I'd best relax and just enjoy the time I've got. And I'd remember that everything alive will die someday, and that's okay.
Alcohol down at the Legion Hall was the same drink without fail, something called a rusty nail. Late at night when they called last round, with Daddy laid his hammer down. When everybody was looking his way, he'd raise his glass and say, hammer me down one last time. Down one last time.
We've got that Yankee shine, we've got that homemade wine. We love to kick it in the fields on a Friday night. Yeah, we like to have a good time. We rock them cowboy boots when we're walking in the city in our fancy suits. Drive them Chevys and Fords 'cause they're tried and true. We can take you for a ride too. Well, we got a little secret and it might surprise you. We're country up here too.